Race fans, 1 lap to go. Everyone get up. Come on, everyone just stand up. Come on, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wave those hats, wave those driver rosters, wave your hoodies, wave what you got. We're going 40 laps. Next time by, this is the Vore's Welding 40 for the Vore's Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Series, powered by Jags.
Well, Sam Pierce Chevrolet Pace Truck pulling away from the field. We've got a great field of late model sportsmen in the Vore's Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Division, powered by Jags. Here this afternoon, Dalton Armstrong and Jason Atkinson on our front row. Again, your top qualifier starting on the inside of row number 5. It's the 28 of Sean Amor. We'll keep our eyes on him, and green flag waving off of turn number 4.
Brian Duncan, the green flag in the air. We're underway with the Vore's Welding 40 is Jason Atkinson looking to pick up right where he left off. 3 wide already into turns 1 and 2. Tommy Cook getting by your pole sitter Dalton Armstrong. He'll fight with fellow Fort Wayne native KC Spillers coming down the backstretch.
Brand new car for KC Spillers this week. Spillers driving the old car last week at Anderson, driving a different car this week here at Lucas Oil Raceways in that number 2 position. And he has Cook coming along in 3rd, Van Meter running 4th, and Armstrong looking for a spot to get to the high lane. Right now caught on the bottom, not the place to be. He has an opening behind Van Meter if he can close it up.
Trey Craig trying to get into that battle as well. The number 15. Here comes Eric McLaughlin in the number 68. He started in 10th. He's already up to 7th in the 68 machine, but up front, Jason Atkinson, just like he did in the CRA Street Stocks race, he's out in front.
The difference here is he had a much better starting position in this race. Didn't qualify as well. Started on the front row, luck of the draw. The invert a 9, he qualified 8th. He starts outside of that first row where he came from the 8th position. Van Meter and Armstrong got together middle of the backstretch. They continue on. Damage looks to be minor. Shuffling going on in our top 10.
Atkinson, your leader, but now he's got a mirror full of Trey Craig. And the number 15 machine, Billy Van Meter, shuffled back to 3rd. This time by 13 laps completed, 27 laps to go.
Could be one of those races late in the event we see another turn of events, because the 28 of Amor, it's taking him a little while longer than it did Craig to get through the traffic, but Amor's car is a rocket as well. He set the track record. He's still moving forward. It might set up a late battle, but right now the battle is for the number 1 spot in turn 4.
Trey Craig to the inside in the number 15. Potential lap car, the 11, and Quentin Bear stalls Craig's momentum for a second as a 71 of Mark Mason has called it an afternoon. He'll pull down onto pit road, but out of turn 2, give the lead to Trey Craig.
Louisville, Kentucky driver Trey Craig at 17 years of age. Fast with this series, no doubt. The DCI general contractor, superb IBC powder coating Chevrolet, is out front. Craig will try to build up a big lead right now with Van Meter coming along into the 2nd spot. Atkinson has dropped back to 3rd. Running 4th is Amor. That's the car we'll watch now. We'll see what kind of times that Amor is turning compared to Craig.
Amor obliterated the track record earlier this afternoon in All-Star Performance qualifying, breaking the record by over 0.3 of a second. He started in 9th. He's now up to 4th as he'll try to chase down the trio of Craig, Van Meter, and Atkinson.
They are a half straightaway ahead at least of the 28 car of Amor, who's all by himself. Amor honestly could use a yellow flag right here. That would help him eat up all that gap without having to overdrive the car to do just that. The last time by, Amor turned to 24.9. Craig turned to 24.6. So Trey Craig, the last time around, was still 0.3 quicker.
The 8 of Tommy Cook calls it an afternoon.
Trouble
Tough break.
Dossie goes around, coming off of turn number 4. Jack Dossie III has spun, coming off of turn number 4 as Cook goes down pit road. Cook's car not good early on in this race, and just as he went to the pits, the 20 car of Dossie, who was making a nice run through the field, he started 11th, was up in the top 5 or 6, and Dossie has spun to bring out caution number 1 for the Vore's Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman.
So we're at 16 laps completed, 24 laps to go. Real quick mention, thanks to the fine folks at speed51.com for being on hand here with us this afternoon. Michaela Kugler, hard work on the keys throughout the course of the morning and into the afternoon. Also with help from Indy's own Mike Barnhouse here today as well. Appreciate Speed 51 for being here today. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing for the Vore Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Series powered by Jegs. Trey Craig on the high side, Billy Van Meter the inside. Craig, a jackrabbit start out of 4.
Hits the go button quickly, looking to the outside already for that second spot is Amor. Can he get out there? He said he wanted to stay to that, glued to that rear bumper, and will he be able to do it? He's still on the high side. Van Meter's going to be able to close the door, so not what Amor wanted. He does pick up the third spot, but he's unable to follow the 15 out front to see what he's made of here in the early stages of the race. Trey Craig will lead lap number 17. In tow of Craig, the 23 of Van Meter, the 28 of Amor, and the 68 of McLaughlin.
Jason Atkinson falling back to 5th on that last restart. Here comes Chris Hacker, last weekend's winner up at Anderson Speedway. Started 13th. He has worked his way up to 6th. Trailing him, reigning series champion Mark Lambert in the 18 as Dalton Armstrong with a power move to the inside. Coming into 3, going out of 4.
Yeah, I wondered for a moment if Armstrong was going to be able to slow down the car and keep it on the bottom without getting up into Hacker. He did woe it down, but Hacker pulled back out in front of him in the 6th spot. Lambert did not have a great start for this race. He got caught in the outside lane behind some slower traffic, including Tommy Cook in the 8, whose car was struggling early. Lambert drives to the bottom of the number 4 of Armstrong, down in turn number 3. Meanwhile, Amor looks to the bottom of Billy Van Meter for second.
Amor to the inside of Van Meter for second spot. Van Meter fighting back on the high side. Eric McLaughlin, the 68, trying to figure out which way to go. Van Meter hangs on to second 4 now, but Amor dives into turns 1 and 2, and they'll make their way out of 2. The battle for second continues.
Van Meter running just low enough that Amor really has to woe his momentum down going through the corners, and he's just not able to get the run he needs. He almost had him about a lap ago, and then Van Meter pulled back out ahead, and in fact McLaughlin goes to the outside now of Amor for the number 3 position.
Eric McLaughlin awfully strong in his few appearances in the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series, currently running in the 4th spot. And as you mentioned, Adam, a strong run last September during the Fall Brawl here at Lucas Oil Raceway. He'll look to the outside of All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier, Sean Amor coming out of 4.
Mind you, McLaughlin started this race in 10th. He missed the invert by 1, a possible 5 through 10 on the invert, and he missed it by just 1. And had he not, he might be up there leading this event right now. But Trey Craig putting down some good laps, half straightaway lead over Van Meter. We talked about Dossie, his spin, his first race up into the 6th spot before he spun, went to the back. Look where he is again. He's up in that number 6 position again. Dossie in the 20 has been pretty sporty today, and he's had to pass more cars than anybody else out there.
Dossie hoping for a caution flag, but there are 26 laps completed, 14 laps to go. Trey Craig continues to lead as he approaches the back of the lead lap cars. Battle for second. Sean Amor to the inside one more time. Billy Van Meter on the high side. They'll come out of 4. Amor all kinds of sideways out of 4. Give Van Meter the spot back in second for now.
Good battle there. Good battle back in our top 10 as well between last year's champion Mark Lambert, who's struggling a bit today, and the 24 of Chris Hacker. Lambert on the inside, Hacker on the outside. Looking back up front, they go around Brand to the 2nd and 3rd place cars of Van Meter and Amor. We have 12 laps to go.
This time by 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Trey Craig in the number 15 as he looks for another win in the CRA Late Model Sportsman Series. It will be win number 3 of his career if he can hang on.
Final 10 laps, and again, Sean Amor just not able to get by Billy Van Meter. Van Meter having one of his better runs with the Late Model Sportsman Series today. He made some passes, looked pretty strong on the inside. Right now, he's protecting that spot in the outside lane. Those 2 drivers have pulled away a little bit from Eric McLaughlin, and Atkinson, after leading early, having a good starting spot, kind of settled into that number 5 position.
Craig working on some more competitors at the back of the lead lap cars. The 67 of Robert Amos Jr., a former Rookie of the Year in the series, just in front of Amos Jr. as Craig clears him. A trio of cars, a 124 of Andrew Royer, the 83 of J.P. Crabtree, and the 38 of K.C. Spillers.
Great racing action this afternoon here at the Lucas Oil Raceway in Indianapolis. UAW Motorsports Cabin Fever Championships presented by the March of Dimes and CRA. And we're on our next to last race of the afternoon. Down to our final 7 laps. 33 laps in the books. And Trey Craig continues to click the laps off.
Craig now right in the heart of traffic, beginning with the 38 of Casey Spillers. Don't see Spillers at the back of the lead pack cars very often. You don't see Spillers going down one lap.
Sean Amor off the pace. Engine, I believe, something in the drivetrain at least expiring on the front stretch. Definitely put down liquid on the bottom of the racetrack, but he did get down to the bottom groove. If anybody decides to run on the apron, they could be in some trouble. He didn't put liquid down until he got down into the first corner, down on the apron, but it would be slick down there. We'll see if Brand goes through it.
Tough break for your all-star performance fast qualifier Sean Amor with just 5 laps to go. As Trey Craig has cleared some traffic for now. Almost a full straightaway ahead of your second place driver, the 23 of Billy Van Meter. Aaron McLaughlin now third in the 68. Jason Atkinson fourth in the 7. Jack Dawsey to third, back in the top 5.
Mark Lambert was the first driver I saw go through that liquid down on the apron of turn number 1. He put his left tires down below the line and slid like a 4-wheel slide back up into the racing groove. He was trying to make a move on Armstrong, and it's not going to work that low.
Laps continuing to click off for Trey Craig, the number 15 machine. Both of his 2 career CRA Late Model Sportsman Series wins came at Anderson Speedway. He's looking to add a second track to his resume in the 15. He is 3 laps away from doing so.
Continuing on, down to our final 2 laps as the race leader, Trey Craig, has the 07 of Timmerman up in front of him. See if any traffic gives Craig an issue. He goes to the bottom here, just misses that apron where the liquid was put down. Scary moment there, close call in turn number 1 for Craig. Next up will be Van Alst's final car on the lead lap. White flag coming out next time by.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 17-year-old from Louisville, Kentucky. Trey Craig in the 15 machine. Billy Van Meter running in second. As Craig comes out of turn number 2 a little sideways, but keeps it going moving forward. He'll go into 3.
The DCI General Contractor Superb IBC Powder Coating Chevrolet number 15. Second fast in qualifying, but fastest in the race, the winner today, Trey Craig from Louisville, Kentucky. The 17-year-old picks up his 3rd career series win. Van Meter finishes 2nd. Taking 3rd will be the 7 of Atkinson. Finishing 4th, McLaughlin, whose car was fading, and taking 5th at 20. Nice rally for Dossie.
Vore's Welding 40 for the Vore's Welding CRA Late Model Sportsman Series, powered by Jegs in the books. Your winner, the 15 of Trey Craig. We'll run down the finishing order here in just a bit. Trey Craig was your winner in the 15. The 23 of Billy Van Meter running in the 2nd spot. The 7 of Jason Atkinson will finish in 3rd. The 68, Eric McLaughlin, is 4th. The 20 of Jack Dawsey to 3rd, finishing in 5th. The 4, Dalton Armstrong, was 6th. The 18 of Mark Lambert was 7th. The 24, Chris Hacker, finishing in 8th. A good run for the 96 of Jared Thomas, who finished in 9th. And the 4 of John Heck, rounding out the top 10. 11th through 15th was the 35 of Greg Van Alst, the 07 of Jason Timmerman, the 124 of Andrew Royer, the 38 of Casey Spillers, and the 83 of JP Crabtree. 16th was Robert Amos Jr., 17th was Mark Suits, 18th Quentin Bear, 19th was Chris Braun, 20th Sean Amor, 21st Josh Timmerman, 22nd Tommy Cook, and finishing in 23rd was Mark Mason.